Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who may have gone through a bit of an ego death or ascension, and you may not have known about it at all, or you may be no contact with this person. I don't feel like this is the kind of person who's on their social media saying, day 87 of spiritual awakening. Today, I cut off a friend who was fake. This is going to be somebody who's been more private. And I think they're about to send you a message or maybe even, a letter, because there's this change in behavior and it makes them want to apologize. They may feel there's no ability to salvage the connection. Maybe this is a family connection or a romantic connection, and they accept that you may have let them go or you're moving on, but there's still a determination to apologize and at least acknowledge you deserved better. So I like that. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day so far. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Renata. How are we doing? It's still pretty windy out there, so I figure I better get in my live streams just in case we have some issues later. This is the Earth and Bone Oracle. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, my email address is in the description box below. One thing that I think tends to work out pretty well with those is I upload your personal reading as an unlisted video on YouTube. So only those with the link can actually find it, but that means you can watch it whenever you want. All right, what else do we have? And there's no ads. This feels kind of mean to put ads on there when you already paid for it, I don't know. Do other people put ads on them? That seems weird. No. Number 41, Nest, and number 15, Migration. Charity, generosity, sharing, support, initiate, beginnings, freedom, adventure, and hard step. I may have been a little bit comfortable in some not so great routines or around some toxic people. But when I encountered a person who was genuine or generous with me, it made me realize that maybe it was time for me to start thinking about another place for me to go. Whether or not I really want to stay here, This is the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. What else do we have? Seven of Wands in the reverse and the Three of Cups in the reverse, with the Four of Swords in the reverse. I got defensive. I got a little bit isolated because I had some issues with a community. I think we have somebody here who has had trouble trusting. And as a result, they may have felt like you were one of the other group, or you were somebody that might try to make them feel bad about themselves. This could be somebody who naturally isolates, or you met them at a time when they felt like they needed to isolate. So this is someone who wants to apologize for not being there. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, the Hierophant. Eight of Wands in the reverse. For some of you, this is a complicated situation in terms of someone being in a relationship and stepping outside of that relationship, potentially even having a child. But there is some distance that has happened because somebody was not being loyal. For others of you, this is someone who felt like because they were not accepted within the community where they were, that, they would do whatever they felt like doing. You know, if you're all going to hate me anyways, if you're all going to judge me anyway, then I'm going to do whatever I want. The term Hellraiser comes to mind. So, you know, you expect me to be a problem. All right, I'm going to be a problem. But with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse and the Hierophant with the Eight of Wands in the reverse, it's like, I don't know if I really want to keep doing what I've been doing, because there's a desire to, I think this Hierophant is about morals and principles. I feel like I've been kind of distant from the things that make me feel like me, and I want to feel more grounded. I want to feel like I'm living what I believe. This could be somebody who is going to church or, you know, reading a religious text. Nine of Swords, the Nine of Wands in the reverse, and the Six of Cups. Yeah, I do think for many of you, this is a story that talks about somebody who is upset about how they treated someone that is probably either a younger sibling or a child of theirs. I can't sleep at night, or I feel extreme guilt over not being there for someone when they were vulnerable or when they were young. Hello, Redbeard. Hello, Deborah. How are you doing? Oh, I think that's good, right? Four of Wands in the reverse, Three of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, I think we had some financial issues that made someone run away from an obligation, or some concerns in terms of maybe this is someone who doesn't know how to stay in one place, someone who likes to move around a lot. They didn't stay when they should have stayed. They didn't, you know, offer to be responsible or reliable when they should have. And with the Four of Wands in the reverse, this has to do with some sort of domestic situation. Either I should have been there for you because I knew you were going through a tough time and we were in a relationship of some sort, or you know, were my child and I walked out on it. The responsibility. I wasn't calling you an it. This is the Black Tarot. What else do we have? Hello, Peggy. What's going on? Hello, Frederick. Hello, Laura. Five of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Cups. We could have somebody who feels like they don't have a ton of time to make an apology. Maybe they don't know whether or not you would talk to them. Maybe they feel like their health is a concern. But this is someone who feels like their heart has softened, or they've been more honest with themselves about the actual impact of their actions or their words. This could be somebody who wants to travel to see you. We had the migration card, and this Knight of Cups also kind of feels like travel. Queen of Cups in the reverse, Six of Wands. I didn't have time for love. I didn't have time to be there for someone. I was too focused on making money. I was too focused on being successful. I was too focused on getting my dreams. So we could have even somebody who, you know, stayed in the marriage or, you know, lived technically where you were, but they were gone all the time. This could be somebody who literally did walk out on their kid, right? But they justified it back then because, well, I need to make money, or I need to do this. Once I have this, then I could afford that. You know, it'll benefit other people too, but I'm going to focus on this. I don't have time for the other stuff. For some of you, this left you and maybe a sibling like to deal with yourselves, not really being supervised. 10 of Spheres or 10 of Pentacles. And the Chariot. This would be more of a specific message, so not for everyone. I do see somebody having gone to either like they had legal issues or they had maybe even an ambulance out to the house multiple times because there was not supervision, because, you know, kids will be kids. They get into things. They want to like see if the stove is hot. You know what I mean? So this is, you know, if there had been somebody watching, if there'd been better supervision, then maybe these issues could have been avoided. But we have, I think, somebody who needed to be supervised who is not. Now, just to be fair, I feel like my parents did an excellent job of supervising me, and I still found ways to be difficult. You all know like those little like circular things that babies can like bounce in. I had one of those. I rolled over to the top of the stairs that went down to the basement and I was like, this looks like a fun ride. I don't actually know what I said. I probably said nothing because I was a baby. I was a little chunk of Carmen. But I went down the whole stairs. That is why I only have 7 brain cells. Hello, Candace. How are you doing? They're really big brain cells, okay, you guys? What else do we have? King of Cups, Ace of Spheres, which is the Ace of Pentacles, and the 3 of Cups in the reverse again. A lack of support. I should have been there for you. I should have helped you. I should have protected you. I was too focused, again, on making money. I thought that you would know that I love you, but it may have helped if I had actually shown that I love you or told you that I love you. I don't know where the joke originated or if it's from like a TV show, but I remember being told, someone said to their wife, I told you once that I loved you, and if it changes, I'll let you know. It doesn't work that way, right? If you truly care about or love someone, yes, it's great to say it. I think that's like people have different preferences on that, right? But more importantly, do you show it? And this person didn't. 3 of Cups in the reverse. They weren't there. Damn it. That's the 2 of Wands. Oh, that's like 3 pieces of my hair. The 2 of Wands is clarifying the 6 of Wands. So it's like somebody wanted to focus on their career because they had plans. It's like, I wasn't planning on having a child, or I wasn't planning on, you know, getting married. I had plans before that happened. I was going to do this. I was going to be famous. I was going to start my own business. I was going to, you know, travel the world, whatever it was. So like you just had bad timing showing up. I had those plans, so I did it. Page of Wands and the 3 of Swords. So I already signed a contract, or I already told people I would do that. And, you know, I'm a person of principle. So I did that. Was it something that hurt you or let somebody else down? Yeah, probably. But, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. I don't think they were very compassionate about what they sacrificed in order to prioritize this success they wanted. This is the Voyage of the Soul. What else do we have? Hello, Carrie. How's it going? Well, Principal, I believe, would be like someone in a school. Principal. More so, yeah. Celebrate, accomplishment, reunion, invitation, event, and festival. So I've been through some things that clarified for me that what I thought was acceptable behavior because I had goals was not in fact acceptable. And if I want to reunite with somebody, if I want to be able to be in someone's life, I need to face the fact that I let them down. I need to acknowledge that I should have been there for them when I wasn't, because I chose my dreams. I chose to do something else. Look at how similar that those two cards are. I know I could have stayed and been there for you, but I chose what I wanted. Ancestors, foundation, root, family, lineage, and security. But even though I thought that was the right choice back then, maybe I had obligations, maybe I'd signed a contract, maybe I just felt like that was where I was supposed to be. As time goes on, I realized that what I missed out on was a sense of family. I can't get back those days, those weeks, those months, or those years, and I missed out on it because I felt like money was more important. Collective, global, together, united, earth, consciousness, and star seeds. This is someone who is a little bit more aware of people around them. They may have been kind of in their own world all the time or just thought of things in their own perspective. There could have been something really transformational that happened to this person while traveling. Specifically, I feel in a different country that helped kind of check their view. You know, you're quick to judge, or you think life only works with this particular approach. Something has been challenged and they've had to redefine their approach or who they want to be. And that's part of why we have this ascension. Sexuality, sensuous, passion, kundalini, sacred sex, primal, and carnal. This could be what happened in another country, but I also feel it could be part of what was keeping them away from their responsibilities long ago, or even recently, right? But this could be someone who didn't really want to be involved in the family life and wanted to pursue not just professional things, but other people. And that got in the way of their responsibilities and that time with their family. This is the Gypsy Oracle. What else do we have? Hello, Missy. How are you doing? Joyfulness in the reverse and old woman. So it's not necessarily that we're dealing with an old woman, but I do feel like this is somebody who has reached a certain age where we all hope that that wisdom's setting in, right? Lord knows I'm crossing my fingers. This is someone who has reached the age where it feels natural to look back, to see, you know, what choices have been made and maybe to rethink some of those choices. With joyfulness in the reverse, they feel like they've missed out on something that would have been really enjoyable because they chose this, you know, work instead. We have hope in the reverse. And the question in their mind is it already too late? Have I taken too long? Will my apology be like laughed at? Friend and death in the reverse. Maybe if I approach with a gift, maybe if I make it clear that I'm here to be kind and considerate, or that I want to actually, like, you know, be involved, then maybe I'll get somewhere with this person. But it's also entirely possible that this person, possibly my child, just looks at me as somebody who wants to party. We have pleasure seekers and malady in the reverse. I don't want to get caught up in that toxic energy. You only think about yourself, or you'll only be here for a little while and then I'll have to, you know, face you're not being in my life anymore. This is the Kipper. What else do we have? Coffin, number 19. Thief in the reverse and Pathway in the reverse. We had Pathway come out from the Voyage of the Soul as well. I know that I don't want that life. I know that's not what I want, or I know I need to change the decisions that I've been making. Now, with the Coffin, this could be a reference to transformation, right? Death can be a scary theme in tarot, but often it is referring to somebody who goes through an ego death or appreciates that there's a need to kind of like shed a skin and challenge yourself to be a better person. This could be a couple of different things. It could be a call to action for transformation because we literally have the Ascension card, right? But we also have somebody that is, I think, concerned about mortality. How many years do I have? Do I have enough time to change course? I think this thief in the reverse is somebody thinking about how essentially they robbed themselves of what would have been one of life's great treasures. I could have been more involved in your life. I could have been there. I viewed it as work when really that was something that would have been really special or meaningful. So it's not that someone took it from me. It's that I took it from myself, or I, didn't prioritize that. Message of concern, number 14. Number 27, unexpected income in the reverse. And child, number 18. So this message of concern, I feel, is for many of you about a financial hardship. You may be laid off. You may have incurred an expense you weren't expecting. Maybe there's a surgery or something that someone needs. But we have an absentee or not super reliable, I think, parent figure who wants to make right what they have done in terms of not being around for years, because they hear that there's some need for money and they want to apologize and bring money. Now, I would not blame you if your reaction is, oh, that's cute. You think you could just waltz right in here and like buy my love? There's actually this great movie from the 80s. What was it called? I think it's called Can't Buy Me Love. Gosh, I wonder what the message is of that movie. But before we get a little snarky, a little petty, I want you to keep in mind that this is somebody who is literally, I think, contemplating their own mortality and what happens after I die. I may not be able to get that time back. I may not have a time machine where I can go back to when you were little and be there for you, help you ride your first bike or pass your first math test, or go on your first date and not look like a weirdo. You did it anyways, right? I can't change that. I can't go back. I can't be a different person. But the important thing is I see now that it was a problem. I want to at least acknowledge it. I want to hold myself accountable. I want to apologize. And if you'll let me, I want to help you with that financial hardship. I want to do something to, like I'll pay for that, or I'll buy you a car, or I'll pay off your mortgage. They want to do something serious to show that they feel like they owe you. That's maybe a kind of cheap way to say it, but I can't make up for the time that I wasn't there, but I want to do something to show you that I feel awful about what I chose. Let me make this money that I prioritized over you mean something, even though, I regret prioritizing it. Hello, Aquarius. How are you doing? Yep, exactly, Peggy. Hello, Rachel. How are you doing? What else do we have? Number 41, the wishing well. That's so weird. I almost said 14, and then I was like, oh, no, 41. And now we have number 14, the fox. Maybe you don't talk to me. Maybe you don't think I know what's going on in your life. Maybe you don't think there's any reason to think about me or forgive me, but I know that you need something and I feel like I can give you what you need. And maybe it'll make me feel a little bit better about how I completely disappointed you. Maybe I can do something to make a difference, to make your life a little bit easier now since I didn't do that back then. I think this person's going to get a little emotional because they lacked a lot of wisdom back then, but they walked around like they had it all, right? And now they're seeing, I let go of something or I walked away from something that would have been incredible. And there's no real way to make up for that. This is the Pulp Tarot. What else do we have? Some of you that resonate with the child energy in this reading have or are about to have a child of your own. For some of you, that's where the need of money, like maybe a need for surgery or some sort of health-related expense. I don't know why I feel like it's that. But this person feels like even more motivated. If it's for you, absolutely motivated. Don't get me wrong. But if it's you have a child and they have an opportunity to be there or do something to help, it's like it weighs on them. How can I do this? Tower in the reverse, Magician in the reverse, Four of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, this really does feel to me like there is some difficulty or expense pertaining to someone's health. Or there is some expense that you did not expect. You know, I didn't think the roof was going to have issues. I didn't think the car was going to, you know, punk out. Now that I know there's some problem in the life of the child that I'm no contact with, somehow I figure out this information and there's a way for me to financially be helpful. I want to do something even if, you know, it doesn't get me access to this person. I just want to do the right thing. They can't do this, but I can. Magician in the reverse is they know this is something you don't have. You don't have that much money. You don't have that much savings. Maybe you can afford, you know, like the C level option, but this person who has spent their life earning money would rather you or their grandchild have the A level, right? This is somebody who's like, no, I don't care what it costs. I want to do the right thing. Fool in the reverse, Ten of Pentacles. For some of you, this person will tell you, I don't care if it bankrupts me. What do I have to do? What do I have to do to help you? Do I have to like sell my car? Especially if this person feels like they don't have much time. It's like, I will give it all to you because I should have done that back when, you know? Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Feel like this person wants to give you money or wants to pay a bill for you. I don't want you to worry about that. If it's a way for me to apologize and take responsibility for what I feel I owe you, then so be it. I want to help you. This Three of Pentacles is like, you didn't think that this would be doable. I don't know how to manage this. I don't know how to pay for this. I don't know how to, you know, make this work. And then this person shows up that you're probably no contact with, and they say, let me. I'll pay for it. I wasted my whole life making money. If the only thing that I have that I could do to make your life better is to pay this bill, that would make me happy. So we have the High Priestess and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. I know we're no contact, or I know you don't really like me. I know I let you down, but I've learned some things. They're coming through as the High Priestess. They have money. They want to help you, but it's not manipulative. It's, I want to just give you this because I should have been better to you. And I think we have somebody that's a little bit torn, whoever I'm reading for, you might be super independent because of how you were raised or what happened in your childhood, or because you're kind of a badass. This person offering to help in a situation where you feel a bit helpless might make you feel a little bit like the world is upside down. I learned I couldn't depend on you. You were never there. I had to be my own parent, or I had to, get a job when I was really young. I could never count on you for advice. You weren't there. But now there's this huge problem, this like thing that I don't know how to deal with. And you show up and you're like, hey, can I like just do that for you? It might make you feel really uncomfortable to rely on someone like that. You might be like, okay, well, like, put up or shut up. Let's see the check. Like, can I trust you? Hello, Johnny. I feel that, Candace. So you may be surprised because if there's one characteristic that you would associate with this high priestess, it is unreliable, not there, can't depend on you. We had the Three of Cups in the reverse multiple times, and now we have it in the upright. I wasn't there for you then. I let you down. I chose different pursuits. Let me be there for you now. Let me help you. Even if you don't talk to me, let me do this thing for you to help you. It would be hard to turn that down if it's going to help a child of yours or, dramatically help you financially, right? But they are operating with good intentions. They feel the weight of their consequences, and perhaps in part because they do feel like they don't have a lot of time. This is the Energy Oracle. Goddess of the Moon and the man holding a coin. So High Priestess, Queen of Pentacles, right? Now, not quite, because this is the man holding a coin instead of the woman holding a coin, but this was the same energy, right? The person who was so focused on making money, I don't have time to raise my kid or kids. I don't have time to be, a good partner. I'm out here chasing that, dollar bill, y'all. So now, after probably losing several people in their life because they only prioritized work or money, now they've gone through an ego death. Now they're seeing things more clearly. Now they're listening to their intuition. And because they have this money burning a hole in their pocket, and because they don't have a time machine, they're arriving at the conclusion that perhaps they can ease your anxiety by paying a bill. For some of you, this person's an accountant or in banking. Where they prioritized making money, being wealthy, job security, I don't know, owning a boat. They look at you and they realize just how different you are, just how different your motivations are. Maybe in response to or because you resented their prioritization of money, you have a much more spiritual path. You have this ability to bring peace and tranquility wherever you go. This angel of balance is your energy. You may have a fascination with Egypt or feel some sort of tie to Egypt or to Greece. There's something very important that you're supposed to do, and that's part of why you were raised in the hectic environment that you were raised in. You learned how to create that temperance energy balance, even if you were surrounded by a lack thereof, even if it was chaotic, even if it was crazy, you could build this little bubble around you and block out the noise or focus on what you needed to. And in part, that is because this person was not there for you. You felt you needed to protect yourself. It's not ideal, but it did make you a very smart person. They're proud of you. I do think they're going to tell you that. And it's going to maybe take you by surprise because, again, you've taken a very different approach. They're over here like, ooh, I think this year maybe I'll make $2 million. It's going to be great. Very focused on the money thing, right? And you're over here like, you know what? I just read the greatest book about a religion I'd never heard about before. And people are like, okay, it's a weird thing for you to be interested in, but you do you. You've always been a little bit different, a little bit out there. You follow your own, what is it, like the beat of your own drum? And even though you are drastically different from this parent, they admire you, they respect you because you did something they couldn't. You focused on what made you happy instead of what made you rich. This is the Cats Rule the Earth. Hello, Khalil. How are you doing? Hello, Amanda. How's your day? What else do we have? The Hierophant. And the Chariot. I love this. So, in particular, I love how the cat on the Hierophant card has its paw on the book, like it's literally reading it. Excuse me. I tried to run from it. I didn't want to think about it. I wanted to be very logical or linear or think about things in terms of stability and money. Can I take it to the bank? If not, it doesn't matter to me. Now I realize I wasted my time thinking like that. Now, maybe there was even a near-death experience. Now I feel like I have to choose a different path. Now I have more direction. Now I feel like I need to do something regarding my family because I wasn't there for them before. What was important to this person before is no longer nearly as important. And what didn't seem to like even get an honorable mention is now very important to them. This could be somebody who has found religion or has a very different approach, a more spiritual approach. With the Queen of Wands, this is tied to that goddess of the moon, right? Somebody who can use gravitational pull to get the things that they want. I feel like they saw that energy in you and wondered if it came from them or the other parent in the situation. I think you inspired them to look at life differently because without their guidance, you went a very different path. Seven of Pentacles and everything they would have never invested. It's something in something that they didn't really take seriously. But without them there to judge you for what you were interested in, you flourished and blossomed with whatever that path was. Knight of Wands in the reverse, Five of Swords in the reverse. Again, I'm seeing very independent energy. You don't want me to do that? Too bad. Watch me. I'll even look at you while I'm doing it and go, you know, like this is whoever you are, you're amusing. I hope nobody tells you you can't do something because you're going to be like, I'll do it and I'll do it like better than you. So you have this passion for life, and in part it's because you felt this thirst to prove yourself to people. You're awesome. You don't have to keep proving yourself. In a way, what this person did in terms of failing to live up to their own obligations to you, they created this spark within you that would never go out. Sometimes I forget that there's this little kitten right in front of the Queen of Wands. You are, in a lot of ways, a duplicate of this person. And they're starting to appreciate, even though you are so different, that there's this similar fire or passion within you. You just translated it completely different than they did and went after something that is more meaningful. And you may have had some sort of health difficulty that they want to help you with. They may be facing some sort of health issue that makes them question how much time they have before they can no longer apologize to you. Or there may be, like I said, a grandchild in the picture that is facing some health issues. But this news or this information about a need for money motivates this person. I know that we aren't on good terms. I know that you probably feel like you have to be on guard around me or that you can't trust me. But I genuinely want to do something to help you. They're feeling protective of you. And it does have to do with health or money or both. Five of Pentacles. They see you in the Five of Pentacles in need of money or some sort of support. And they want to come to your aid. They want to help you out. All right. Oops. What else do we need? We're going to go with the Love Oracle. What else do we have? Chasing, pursuit, toxicity, resilience, second chance, reconciliation, making amends, and opportunity. I know that I chased the wrong things in my life. I know I prioritized the wrong things. I missed out on having an actual relationship with you, but I would really like to reconcile with you or make things right. And if there's a way that I can alleviate what's causing issues in your life right now, I would do it in a heartbeat. Conflict, clashing, differences, incompatibility, and escaping, avoiding, blocking, pushing away. Yes, we're very different people. I pushed you away or walked away, or maybe you wanted to keep me out of your life because I disappointed you or I wasn't there. But is there a way for us to address that? Is there a way for us to let go of these differences or these, grudges? Exhaustion, depletion, drained, and long journey. I do feel whoever I'm reading for, this is your energy. And even though it seems crazy to trust this person, there is a part of you that wants to, because it would be really nice if you didn't have to keep fighting so hard with this, Five of Pentacles energy, not having enough energy, money, or not knowing how to address the situation. It's really had a negative impact on you. Maybe difficult to sleep, maybe difficult to eat what you need to, maybe argue with people that you have no desire to argue with. So I think we have this inevitable epiphany. I don't necessarily like you. I don't necessarily trust you. You let me down when I was a kid. You weren't there for me. But if you can make things better in this situation, yeah, I'm okay with that. Let's talk about it. So they're open to it. They just want to make sure that they're not doing anything to invite more disappointment. This is the Golden Lenormand. What else do we have? Number 32, which is the moon. Makes sense. Remember, we had Goddess of the Moon. And 24, the heart. What they denied themselves is what they so love about you. You have lived life the way you want, not because of, an ability to make $1 million or because other people expect things from you. Okay, so this is a strange reference that maybe not everyone will understand, but if you know the name Rayanne, I'm pretty sure that was the name of the chick in My So-Called Life. She was one of the first people, well, really that whole show. It's a bunch of outcasts, right? It really helped me to kind of embrace the idea of not chasing that perfect ideal. Everybody, wants to be popular, but why at the cost of your own personality? So Rayanne was one of those first examples that I had of somebody who was just like gleefully themselves. She wasn't perfect by any means. I mean, these are high schoolers, right? But she did her own thing. There's an appreciation and a sense of pride that this person has for you because you were able to do that where they were not. They did not give that example of following your heart or doing what makes you happy. And here they see you having done what they were not able to do. 19, the Tower, and the Fox, because they spent all their time at work. They spent all their time chasing the Benjamins, right? Well, probably more than that, but you know. They're regretting spending all their time working and not spending their time with you. This is What's the News. What else do we have? Key player. It's our key controller card. Important person, playing an essential role, irreplaceable. You were the parent, but instead of being there, being available, protecting your child, or answering their questions, this person was instead. It says unhealthy attachment. They were really focused on making more money, being more successful, keeping up with the Joneses, right? Well, last week I worked 50 hours, but that's not enough. This week I'm going to work 60 hours. Ghost and swept up. For many of you, this person not only was a workaholic, but they also got caught up in a third-party affair. So if they were working overtime or, kind of neglecting their responsibilities to a family at home, part of the reason could have been that they fell in love with somebody at work. Didn't really help matters. So when this, what are we calling you? Man holding a coin, Queen of Pentacles, High Priestess, when they show back up in your life, you've already got this giant red flag that you view them as, but you do, I think, right off the bat, recognize that there's some change in their behavior or their disposition. But you're like, oh, well, okay, you stand still. I'm gonna look for every piece of information I can find, because the fact is I don't trust you. Why are you here? You want to do something nice for me? That's weird. It's not like what I know about you. Anything I know about you is that you just think about yourself. So it's a little bit strange for you to show up and say, you want to make my life easier. We've got the Kinky Ways card. I do feel like for some of you, you literally caught your own parents stepping out on your other parents. That might have caused some issues. I'm sorry if that did happen to you. You deserve to have somebody that was willing to, do right by you. But we have some toxic masculinity that impacted the family, a sense of confusion, or I don't know why things are happening the way they are. You may have not understood fully why there was a divorce happening or why this person exited your life. But now they're looking for reconciliation. You're the most important person to me. I know I didn't do right by you, but is there something that I could do now to make up for that? And you'll have to decide whether or not you're open to that. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you everyone for the likes and the subscribes. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I hope to see you on the next reading. Toodles.